And welcome back. Holly Wainwright is not only one of the most trusted voices behind the beloved website Mamamia, she's also a best-selling author who captures the chaos and charm of modern life like no one else.
Now, the podcast host and author has put pen to paper again for a new passion project. It's Holly's latest novel about motherhood, hidden secrets and those unbreakable female friendships that feel just like family. And best-selling author Holly Wainwright joins us live. Hello, Holly.
Hello. It's
Always
so
great to
here.
see you. So your baby is out today, right? Today. Tell us about the novel and what inspired you to write it.
So He Would Never is inspired, the setting is inspired by my real life. So it's set within a mother's group who have now been camping together once a year, every year for 14 years. And that is true. My mother's group do that, right? So that part's true. But happily, no one in my mother's group is married to a man who features largely in this one, who's a bit of a narcissist, a little bit more than a troublemaker, you could say, and tests the bonds of the friendship within this group.
OK, so the setting is real, but none of the people represented in the book? You must have drawn little bits and pieces.
Well, it's funny because we always go at Easter, and we started it 10 years ago. We all met at Mother's Group, and, you know, you're from all different walks of life and different places. You just all happen to have a baby at the same time. We became good friends. We camp every year at Easter, and this past Easter, I took a few copies of the book, and let's just say there was some very quick and nervous scanning. But no, the book is fiction. I just knew from when we started doing it, and you're pushing these couples together and these different kinds of people together, that this was a place for great drama. And then I wanted to tell a story about a man who causes that kind of chaos within female relationships. And so those two ideas kind of came together for He Would Never.
Yeah. The White Lotus also recently had this sort of put female friendship groups under the spotlight, didn't it? And long-lasting ones as well. Those friendships can improve, or they can get worse over time, can't they? And they break up as well. And you've discussed this on the Mamamia Out Loud podcast.
We do. We talk about female friendship is a really big part of, I think, women's lives, obviously, right? They're often relationships that outlast our romantic relationships or can be closer than family, but that doesn't mean they're perfect. And I think that's why the White Lotus trio caught everybody's imagination. And that's something I wanted to explore in this too, is that, you know, we either put them on a pedestal, Sex and the City style, and say, this is our family, we're all perfect, we love each other all the time, or we portray them as toxic. And I think the truth for lots of us is a little bit of both. And I wanted to explore in this what female friendships could survive. And that's kind of where it goes. But I know personally I get an enormous amount of support from my female friends. And I've been working with Mia and Jessie on Out Loud for 10 years now. And I think everybody wants to see that there's a bit of drama there. But actually, it's pretty good.
Hey, can we talk about that podcast for a sec? You've just reached that milestone, as you said, 10 years.
Yep.
You were real pioneers in this space. You must be so proud of that.
100%.
It's true. So I've been working at Mamamia for a decade now, and I came from magazines, and I remember really clearly when Mia was like, podcasts. We need to get into podcasts. And some of us were like, oh, do we? We did, and I remember we sat down, we made some of the first shows just with a phone in an office. Now we reach millions of women every month. We're about to go on a live tour where we're going to fill, you know, huge theatres, where we sing and dance and make fools of ourselves. It's been just a joy and a privilege of my career, but mostly, like, I'm always interested in women's lives, in all the different elements of the things I do for a living.
Yeah.
And Out Loud really is a bedrock of that.
Yeah, so that's Out Loud, and it's been nearly a year since you launched Mid, which was your own sort of project as well, which is under that umbrella, of course.
It is, and that is for Gen X women. And you were one of my early guests, Kylie, and I have to tell you, you have been one of the most popular by a long way. And I think it's that idea of sharing stories from our real lives. Again, not like sugarcoating everything, and also not bemoaning everything and making this period of our lives seem like it's some big sob fest, when often we're coming into our own and doing the most exciting things and kicking goals and understanding what matters. And I really wanted all that to come through in Mid, and we've just started a new season.
Yeah, congratulations, that's terrific. Although I do feel a little bit underdone because, unlike Megan, I haven't been writing emails to my children every day, sending them to them.
I just saw you saying that, and I was at the same time I was writing a message to our producers at Out Loud saying, who's writing emails to their children? I think we need to discuss it.
Yeah, right, that's right. And like, try getting them just to read a text of yours, right?
I know.
And respond.
We often just feel, don't we, when a woman says, I do this, we go, should I be doing that?
I know, right? No, you know what? I think we just do you, right?
Yeah,
just do you.
We breathe in.
Yeah. Holly's brand new new novel. It's called He Would Never. That's what it looks like. It's out today. Congratulations, Holly.
Congrats, Holly. Lovely to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.